because you're talking to like not like, oh, well, I'm gonna die, but it's very smart as a parent. I mean, I think of that too. But does that change how you ride also? I mean,
Absolutely,
yeah.
man. Absolutely. I mean, when I go in the canyons, I don't feel right unless I got my full gear on. I don't ride a motorcycle unless it's like it's registered.
Hmm.
It has full coverage. I don't hop on anybody's bike unless it's registered. Full coverage.
Hmm.
That's kind of like my rule, right?
Yeah.
So like my close group of friends that I ride with, we all have full coverage and we all wear suits, and depending on where we're going, right?
Hmm.
But that's kind of my criteria if you're gonna ride with me. Like a lot of people want to go ride with me, and I'm like, okay, as long as you have full coverage and you have protection, and we're good on that end,
Hmm.
then we're both protected. I hit you, you hit me. Like you have your, I'm sure you do those reviews, right? Those
Yeah.
crash,
Yeah. The
and
crash
then there's a
reviews.
lot of these group rides that do like crazy things. You can't
Oh yeah.
control everybody,
Nope.
right?
Can't
No,
control nothing.
can't control nothing exactly. So what I can control is who I ride with.
Hmm.
So that's what I focus on. What can I control? I can control the people I ride with. If they have the same mentality as me, which is, being in the military, you think the goal is to go home, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, same thing. When I go out and ride, it's like my end goal is to go home.
Yeah.
Right,
That
one way or
that's
another, I'm going.
and that's huge, man. That's big. So you literally choose who you ride with. Like
Absolutely.
you don't do those group rides, those crazy ass group rides.
No, I get invited all the time, and and I make it known that I'm not a big group rider, but people just gonna invite me because they know me. But at the same time, they kind of know I'm not going to show up. But if I do show up, I'm very tame. You know,
Hmm.
I'm very calm. I'm either at the front or in the way back. I'm never in between.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know if it's like claustrophobia or something, man. I'm just scared of. I'm really just more scared of other bikers.
And when did that really change though? I mean, like I'm pretty sure at the beginning you weren't like that. Like I wasn't. At the beginning I was like, "Hey, let's go mess around, let's screw around, let's do some stupid shit." And I'm pretty sure there was a transition somewhere. For me, it was not I did it before my kids. It was for me it was when I was a firefighter seeing all the accidents. Excuse me. Seeing all the accidents, and I'm like, man, I have to settle down, conduct unbecoming of a firefighter. I don't want to get crazy tickets, so definitely keep it down. I also don't want to get injured because if I get injured, I am out of work, and then now I'm having to burn PTO and all this other stuff. So that to me, like the career, and then now definitely, I hardly even ride anymore, other than to film or to go do something I have to do because I don't have a car. So I mean, I just have my bike. But yeah, definitely now it's like, oh, I increased my insurance. I got added medical to my insurance. I mean, I'm doing as much as I possibly can. So if something does happen, I'm not a burden to my family. So like where do you think that really hit you when it came to, I'm going to stay back or in front? I'm not going to do anything crazy now.
So yeah, it was like the very very beginning. So when I started riding, I actually didn't have my endorsement.
Hmm.
I got pulled over a
Nice.
year later.
Same here. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. So
I didn't get pulled
and
over, but I
then,
was riding without an endorsement. I didn't get pulled over, but I was riding out without an endorsement.
yeah,
Not
yeah. I
not
mean,
good.
the guy was really cool, man. The
Yeah.
cop was cool. I had my license, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, sorry, man. I just been meaning to, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, look, go take your test. He said, I'm going to go this way. You go that way. Hopefully, we don't run into each other again. I was
That
like, great.
if you're honest,
Went
that's what
home.
happens.
Yeah. Went home and then got my license. But it still, that didn't change me. I was doing a wheelie down the highway, sit down, right? I had just a t-shirt on
Yep.
with my jeans and my Converse, right?
Uh,
I thought I was the coolest thing ever. And then I hit the back, like the tail end. I 12'd it and I tried saving it. The problem was I was too short. I
okay.
couldn't touch the ground. So I'm like this. Uh, so I had no choice but to let it go.
Oh
And I
no.
had just bought this helmet. It was a Shoei.
Uh-huh.
I had just paid for it. I'm like, no, I gotta save the helmet. So I'm like doing this on asphalt, man. Oh yeah, I was messed up. But what changed it for me was when I couldn't pick up my son. He was still a baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the
He's 10 now. Yeah, so I was all scraped up, bruised up, and I couldn't pick him out of his crib, and I was like, okay,
mm,
gotta calm down.
damn, that hit me pretty hard right now, man. That
Yeah.
that's I say that to to people. It's like road rash is a burn. And if it's deep in there, it's second, third degree burns. So imagine having second, third degree burns and having to function.
Hmm.
Your skin's the largest organ on your body, and if it's compromised, you're not mobile. You're in pain all the time. You have problems thermoregulating.
Jesus, yeah, you know exactly what I went through then.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
well, I would like to know more about that. One thing that I was doing, or I was trying to get on a podcast, would be after the crash and talking about the the mental aspect, the mental cost of it, the physical cost of your road rash, the financial cost, and then the reactions from your family. So mentally, how do you feel after a crash or that crash? Like, is it still with you? Like, do you remember everything?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember it every day. It was first gear sitting down the highway, and then I crashed, but I didn't really like it. I had so much adrenaline in me. I just
Mm-hmm.
got right back up, and I was more worried about the bike.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a leaking tank or fuel. It's leaking from the tank. It's leaking oil. Blah blah blah. And then I'm sitting in my buddy's truck. He's driving me home. We get the car up. I even lifted it up onto the truck. I helped lift it. That's
Yeah.
how much adrenaline I had running in me. Sitting in his truck and I'm dripping in blood, dude. And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you'll feel that later. I was like, I don't feel it now. I feel okay. Got home. My wife's like, what happened? I was just making a turn. There was dirt.
Does she still think that you're making a turn? Because I don't. I won't
No,
post
she
this.
knows.
Okay.
She no. She
It's like
she
you're
knew
telling
from
me.
she knew from the beginning
Okay.
that I was lying.
Okay.
And then, and I was like, all right, what do I gotta do? Get these clothes off, get in the shower, and that's when I felt it, man. Like that hot water right on the wounds. There's like gravel all up in my knees.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day was horrible. Couldn't do much, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
that, couldn't pick up my son, and I was like, God,
And that's what changed you, huh?
yeah, I had to miss a couple weeks of work, until I could get. You know what's funny? I went behind her back. I don't know if she knows this, but whatever, it's fine.
All right. All right. I don't want to get you in
And
trouble. I don't want to get you in
you're
trouble.
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
All right.
So 2 weeks after that, I went and bought a brand new R6, and then I kept it in my buddy's garage. And I said, just act like it's yours, dude.
Hopefully you've brought
He's
enough
like, how would I do
value
that?
to her to where it's not a big deal.
Yeah. She knows, like, she's. I don't know if I ever told her this story, but it's gonna be funny if when she watches this.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I love you, babe.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
that I brought that
Yeah.
out of him somehow.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
that's so yeah. So the physical part. I mean, you said you're dripping blood.
Mhm.
Let me try to reframe it in my head. This is typically what I do when I watch these crash videos. So you're on the interstate doing a wheelie, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're I'm assuming interstate speeds or
No, like 35.
30. Okay, 35. Okay,
Yeah. It was
okay,
first gear, and I was sitting down.
okay. And then 35 mile an hour. You said you just had a helmet. Did you have gloves? Anything like
I
that?
had I had dirt bike gloves. So
Okay, they
cloth.
they
Right?
shredded. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure. Okay, so the injuries that you had, you were doing this. So I'm assuming that's where you had some.
Yeah. So right here, both my knees, and then back behind my upper hip.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was that like surface level road rash, or was there like gouges missing of you?
Yeah, there was gouges.
There was
missing.
gouges.
Down in my knees. Actually, when I went to peel off one of the scabs on my knee, there was still like gravel that was stuck deep in there,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, that's funny. All right."
Yeah. You gotta pluck that stuff out, and that's what they do at the hospital. They
Yeah,
grab
I
it.
didn't go to the hospital.
No, you
No,
didn't.
man.
You just took a
I just
shower,
kind of
called
dealt
it a
with
day.
it. Yeah, I took a shower, and I was like,
You got some adobo. Got
yeah,
some,
right. It's some that's
some
that
disinfectant.
that helped me.
Oh man. So it wasn't. I mean, so what prevented you from? I mean, picking up your child. Was it this stuff? Was it? Did you have it on your hands too, or?
I think I was just so sore, and I couldn't even get out of bed, dude. Like getting out of bed it was hard.
So you
Right?
felt it like within your bones and muscles and all that stuff.
Like everything was sore. Like I had
Wow.
just gone snowboarding for the first time in my life.
Yeah, I know that
Like
feeling. Yeah.
yeah, it was like that. Except you're dealing with burn or rashes and
Mhm.
stuff, right? So it's like I couldn't even like barely walk. It was hard to bend my knees. Like, everything felt just locked, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's the
it was
skin.
tough.
It's not flexible anymore. It's just
That's
gonna lock you in.
yeah. It felt
Oh,
so tight. It was weird, man.
and you said you took time off, so a couple of weeks
Yeah, a
off.
couple weeks.
How was it? And obviously, I don't care about dollar amounts and all that stuff, but so you had time off, so you burned leave, or or you took an income hit, and then you had to go buy another bike. Like, how was the insurance dealing with insurance on that?
I mean, it was just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just, hey guys, I crashed.
Oh, okay. So they're just
I'm
like,
sorry.
cool.
Yeah,
Here's the income, or here's
yeah,
the payment. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So
Did you have
I
to
mean,
buy like crutches too? Like, did you have to do anything crazy, or did you
no,
call it a
no.
day?
I just limped my way around for a while. I was a skateboarder back in the day,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
I was used to being hurt. And
Yeah.
you go to the hospital enough times, you kind of know what to do. Like, yeah, ice and rest.
Is it broken? Is it bleeding? Is the bleeding stopped? Cool. We're not
Right?
broken.
Yeah.
We don't need to go to
Not broken.
hospital.
No need to go.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they're
Yep.
gonna tell you the same thing all the time anyway.
Yep.
So
Yep. Okay. Cool, man. What else? I mean, this is the first after the crash thing I've ever done. Um,